Hi everyone and welcome back to Plan My Disney Holiday. Today is about the news that happened yesterday that Disneyland Paris is opening, so I thought I'd give an update about what is going to be happening with my own personal holiday. So for those that don't know, yesterday Disneyland Paris announced on their social media that they were planning to reopen mid-July. This has got the same restrictions as Disney World, so everyone would have to wear a face mask. Certain shows and parades and fireworks would be cancelled. The characters would be, meet and greets would be cancelled, but you'd be able to interact with characters in a unique way. What is happening with my own personal trip? So a bit quick backstory. I had a holiday booked in April to go after the Easter weekend. It got cancelled due to the virus, the outbreak, and we postponed the travel till the end of July. We got a full refund on the hotel, and that was all that we had booked. We hadn't booked any of the park tickets, we hadn't booked anything else. We'd only booked the travel across to France and the hotel. So that was fairly easy to change the date, and the refund was really easy to do as well. So that all got sorted. So I just chose a date at random. I chose the end of July thinking, see what happens, I can postpone it a bit more. And now I know that Disneyland Paris would be open on the dates that I've booked it for. Would I go? That is the big question. At this precise moment in time, the French government haven't announced about restrictions. So currently, if I was to go to France, I would have to spend 2 weeks in isolation in France before I'd even be able to get to Disneyland Paris. So that would mean I would have to take 3 weeks out. My wife would have to book 3 weeks off for her holiday. And it seems like an awful long time. Both myself and my wife have actually self-isolated. I was diagnosed with the virus at the end of February. So we haven't seen any symptoms on either of us since February. So it's been a very long few months for us both. We were able to get through the self-isolation thanks to family, really. My wife's family really helped. They got us food, they've got us supplies, they brought food round, they left it at the front door or they gave it through the front window. And we were able to self-isolate properly. The problem I have is if we were to self-isolate in France, we won't have that support network. I don't know anyone in France. I don't know how I would self-isolate, order food. I don't know what I would do while I'm out there. So at this precise moment in time, if the French government don't change their stance on self-isolation, I don't think I'm going. This isn't to say that France should change the 2 week self-isolation. If they still believe that that is important, then they should do that. The best thing to do is to actually take all precautions so that this virus stops spreading. That's the number one priority for everyone. If we were able to go to France and actually go straight to Disneyland Paris without self-isolating, then that is a different matter of fact. I've never been to Disneyland Paris. I've said this in previous videos. And I really want to go. I want to experience what the attractions are like. I want to experience the lands. I want to just see what's different and how cool it looks. The Imagineering show really opened my eyes to what Disneyland Paris is like. So I'm really interested in Disneyland Paris, especially because of Disney Plus. Would I still go even with the restrictions? There is a part of me that says, yes, I would love to go. I would love to go to Disneyland Paris, experience the attractions that I've never had a chance to experience. Crush Coaster, the Indiana Jones ride, the Toy Story Soldier Drop. There's a few different things that I would love to experience. But the price isn't going to be reduced for a Disney ticket. If I was to go now, or if I was to go after the virus had cleared up, I would still be paying the same amount of money. So, do I want to still pay the same amount of money for a reduced experience? No shows, no fireworks, limited characters. I can see positives and negatives. Positives, it will give me a reason to go back to Disneyland Paris. If I don't experience the fireworks, if I don't experience the shows, I can just focus on doing the attractions, having a look around the lands, just enjoying the architecture that is in the area. But I am not getting my full bang for my buck, so to speak. So at the moment, I am leaning towards, yes, I would still go. It's my first time. I can still enjoy it. I can still enjoy those unique attractions, but I know I won't get the full experience. So then maybe that means I have to go back. I'm forcing myself to go back to Disneyland Paris, and it's putting my holidays in two different ways. Instead of trying to do everything in one holiday, I can just focus on the attractions for this holiday, and the next time I go, I don't need to rush to go on Indiana Jones because I've already experienced it. Or I don't need to try and get a fast pass for a certain thing because I've already enjoyed that. I can focus on enjoying the shows, the parades, meeting the characters, and just going around and experiencing being in Disney. So at this precise moment in time, if the French government changed their stance on self-isolation, I think I would go to Disneyland Paris. As I said, we've already got the transport arranged. I would be driving down to the south of England. I'd catch the train across and I would drive to Disneyland Paris myself. We haven't got a hotel booked, so that means that we would have to rearrange it. And then we'd also have to sort out Disney tickets. So there's still a few things. It's a wait and see still at the moment, but I'm staying positive. I can see the French government changing their mind, but it might well be that it isn't until a few weeks after Disneyland Paris opens. I see sort of like Disneyland Paris being open to local French residents that have self-isolated, that haven't got high temperatures, that haven't got symptoms of the virus, and being able to go. And then in a few weeks later, then the borders start to open up a bit more, restrictions are lowered, and people who haven't got, again, symptoms, they're allowed into the country. So at the moment, it's a wait and see. Will I go now? No. I don't want to spend 2 weeks in a hotel, to spend all that money for a hotel and not actually experience France. It seems pointless. I might as well stay at home. Will I go if France changes their self-isolation? Possibly, yes. If costs are affordable, if hotels are affordable, I can't see a problem. So this is a bit, I can see pros and cons for both sides. Would you go to Disneyland Paris when it reopens? Does the restrictions put you off, or don't you mind? Leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. And I hope you have a really great day.